and realized, what am I here for? Why was I created? Why is this happening to me? Why? I'm sitting here making my first phone call from prison to Jennifer, going, look, I'm looking at 10 years. I don't know what's gonna happen. Of course, I was bawling my eyes out, but she was like, you know, I love you. We're gonna try to get through this, but we just have to trust in God. And right there, I was like, God, you know, what's God gonna do for me? I was like, I need a lawyer, babe. I've never opened the Bible before in my whole entire life. And here I am in a situation, opening up a Bible, don't even know what for, seeking God because I'm finally in a place where everything's been cut. All my lines have been cut. And I open it up to Kings, I start reading, and it was like God was speaking to me saying, this is who I am. This is how I function through people, in people. This is my forgiveness. This is my mercy. And I tell you, it was like the whole world and all the burdens of my life and all the shame and all the guilt just fell off my shoulders. And I was free.
Jay being in jail, I think, is probably the best thing that happened to either one of us.
Since I've come here, you know, I've opened up my Bible, I've read it, I've had time to get to know God, and for the last 20 years, or however long it's been since I accepted Christ at Hermosa Beach, I wondered why I never had that overnight changing experience, you know, where I'd magically not want to sin as much anymore. Because of her, I wanted to better myself. It's incredible how much God has been with us throughout this whole time. We've both grown so much in the Lord. We both actually know Him now, and we pray together, and there's just a lot of changes in our life that I can see, you know, that I've never felt before.
What finally got me clean and sober was giving up my using friends, the people I hung around with, and all the street people and homeless people that lived with me. I got away from them because they were all into the lie, cheat, and steal game morning, noon, and night. I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous at the Step House in Lacadia, and I go there every morning for the 7 a.m. Attitude Adjustment meeting.
After getting clean and sober, Dennis launched a campaign to help others. He found the rush he sought in dope as soon as he moved beyond it.
Been in prison for going on 21 years now.
6 years, going on 7.
20 years.
On 185 to life.
I'm serving 11 life sentences. They say that I'll never be home again.
Here at Calipatria State Prison, we have over 4,200 inmates. 80% of those inmates won't be going home.
I'm a volunteer prison chaplain at a level 4 prison, telling them about the Lord.
Drugs, it only leads to prison or hell.
Drugs, our gangs, our money, and all that is not the answer.
Now he works day and night, teaching addicts and alcoholics to cope with everyday life.
That's all I want them to do, is to make it in life, to get their lives back, to get their wives back, to get their children back, to never go back to prison, to never be on parole again, to expunge their number, to live free when you're driving and not have to look in the rearview mirror and see a police officer behind you.
Dennis's interaction here is second to none because he knows all about the deep inner workings of these men. Life at the training center is a flurry of activity of men dealing with all their issues, of entering back into life again, coming from behind bars or from off streets. And what they're doing is they're trying to get back the feeling of just the simple things like eating a meal.
Yeah, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this lunch, Lord, for another beautiful day.
They've got children looking at them now to be a father. They've got here now, I've got to go to work.
I was in church and I fell on my face drunk, literally, slammed teeth and all, nothing breaking the fall. And now I'm a counselor here.
14 years heroin addiction and 10 years of crack. And at the end as a backslider, I ended up shooting up heroin and coke together, and this was my last run.
And I dream of a place with no steam. And I pray.
It has to be a God thing, because knowing him now, I can't imagine him then. I want to continue this thing. This is my retirement plan. I don't have a retirement plan. This is it, to work with him.
So when you gonna shine your spotlight down on the darkness round me? Oh, Gracie, you're the only thing I see. I heard you done real good for me down at the county line tree. Oh, Gracie, you're the only thing I see. And I'm free with your arms like an arm around me.
I was slamming dope behind dumpsters and alleys behind the bar. I should be dead. Absolutely dead. And I'm not, by the grace of God.
And I went to the training center. I've been here for the last 4 months. I just graduated. God has been working in my life. God has gave me back my wife. He gave me back my kids. And for me, that's a blessing.
We started a little prison gang, right? We came up with the name Mexican Mafia, and I shot heroin for 23 years. I know, man, if it wasn't for me using heroin, I wouldn't have done what I did. And I kept running into Dennis, other outreaches in prisons, and we became friends, man.
Well, I think Dennis Martinez's ministry is one of the greatest ministries you can be in. I love it so much because Dennis is the kind of guy where he spent most of his life staying out of jail, and now he can't resist but to go in.
He's been a good stepdad. He teaches me a lot. I want to be able to be like him.
My dad's loved me very much.
No matter how lost, all souls can come home.
Stars over the rainbow in color red schemes and playing in mystical themes, and how we used to laugh as the day glowed.